Excuse me, Mr. Journalist, I wonder how you make your headlines in the press release today. Although I read the news every day, but I'm really still getting confused now, and I just want to ask you some questions.
Hello and welcome to this talk from the Stage Media. This is the program in simple Liberian English that the Stage Media can use to tell you about things that go on radio, newspaper, or the internet, or what they call the social media, whether these things there are true or they're not true. Because the Stage Media can check among these things and tell you the difference between the true story then and the false one then. This is what we do to help you be able to know the true from the lie. So in this talk here today, we got some story to talk to you about. Number one, this story here is concerning the big person or the leader for the opposition party called Unity Party in Liberia here, Omejo Boakai. The other day, one newspaper and plenty other newspapers they came out with a story in which they say Omejo Boakai went to run a campaign in Bassa, and it was in that time that he was saying if CDC steal the election or what they call rig the election, Liberia will finish. Liberia will not be a country again. Now, different story came out about this to say that what really Omejo Boakai mean, whether there will be war or there will not be war. United Party after that decided to put a statement outside and say what the Omejo Boakai were talking about when they say CDC steal the voting is that the country will not be okay because already according to the United Party people, the CDC not been doing well. They've been spoiling the rule and they get example that and they say that because the CDC is not running the country in a good way but it's doing it in a bad way, spoiling some of the portion of the law in Liberia here. For example, to move from office, one old big judge they call Cabinet Janet, and they also say that people being dying and the government are being put in check to this one here, people doing bojo killing, and there are plenty drugs in Liberia here they call kush. So they say with that kind of thing, if the CDC were to continue to rule, that all those things there will finish, will make Liberia to finish. And now Joseph Boakai bringing war. Now, what the Stage Media decided to check all this story here, and they find out that indeed Omejo Boakai said that thing where he say, but TSM is not inside whether Joseph Boakai will bring war or Joseph Boakai will not bring war, whether that people the thing where they check what the Joseph Boakai people say. But what the main thing that the TSM decided to check is that there was a video concerning that one, and somebody who put the thing here on social media or on the internet, they call this person here Mervin Dauda. TSM checking here is that particular video where Mervin Dauda put on concerning Joseph Boakai is not from Bassa, where he go to do the statement here late in the September here. The particular video here that they trying to tie in with the talk that Omejo Boakai talked when he went to Bassa. And Stage Media find out that that particular video of Omejo Boakai talking, it was not in Bassa the few days. Rather, it was a video talk that Omejo Boakai talked way back in June. So, the thing that Stage Media want you to know in that whole thing concerning what happened in Bassa and what the video say is that particular video where Dauda put out and try to tie it in with the thing that happened in Bassa is not true. Meaning the video is different from the thing that was going on in Bassa where Omejo Boakai talked this talk where he talked that everybody is talking, that everybody be talking about. Again, Stage Media in this one is not checking that particular thing, whether the thing where the people talking and say whatever Omejo Boakai mean or what he say, that's not what we're checking here. But what we're checking is that video where Dauda put out and try to tie it to the thing that was going on in Bassa is what we're checking. That That video happened in June 2023 and not the few time in Bassa. One other story that we get to give you here is concerning one of the senators for Masobaro County, Mr. Darius Dillon. Mr. Darius Dillon writes on his Facebook page on the internet, and in that one, that where he say the voting house supposed to put out the whole voting record, FRR. On this one here, they say that the voting house supposed to put the record there outside to the public long time before the voting supposed to start. But up to the time Mr. Darius Dillon was talking this thing here, writing about this thing here, the voter roll, it was not outside. In that report, Mr. Darius Dillon also say that the voting house was breaking its own rule to say that it get the deadline for on which it's supposed to put the voter roll here outside for the public to get it. So the state media look at the whole statement here and mark three things. Number one, whether the voting house finish agree to put this voter record outside by September 18. Another thing that TSM mark is whether the voting house now finish putting the voter roll, the record outside at the time that the senator was talking this thing here. 3. Whether the voting house finish breaking any rule to say that the deadline is supposed to put this thing outside. Well, when TSM checked, this is where it finished finding out. Number one, it is true that the final voter roll or the record is not outside yet, the way the voting house supposed to put it outside for people to see it in line with the law. And that particular record, the big person for the voting house, Madam Deviator Brown Lasana, say, now, at the time the particular story came out, they say the voting house was finished bringing some experts inside in town to look at it to make sure that it is correct. And because why? They say that how it is supposed to be under the law, so nobody will not go there and change anything to it. Another thing that the TSM find out from the senator talk that he read on his paper is that the voting house agree, especially so the big person for the voting house agree to put this particular voter roll outside by September 18. The TSM checked that it is true that the voting house say they want here that they were going to put the whole record outside by September 18. But what the TSM find out that is not correct in the thing what the senator say is that the senator say there is a deadline, the last day on which to put this one here outside. But TSM did not see this one here to say whether there is any deadline that the voting house should put this thing here outside. There is no deadline that the voting house put down to say by this time it will put the voter roll outside. Anyway, in all this thing here, the big law book say the voting house must make sure that they put the voting record outside before voting time. The final decision on this thing that the senator talk about from TSM is that the senator talk is true, that two of the three things that he talk about, they are true. And two of the three things here, that number one, whether the voting house agree to put the voting record outside by September 18, 2023. And number two, the NEC put the voter roll, the record outside at the time the senator was talking this one here. These two things, they true. At the time the senator was writing on his Facebook page, the voter roll, it was still not outside. Here is another story that we check and want to bring the fact to you. Now, there are plenty of people running to be lawmakers and also to run for president. Among the people who are running to be lawmakers is one man they call Johnny Behe. Johnny Behe is running to be senator from Bon County. And one time, one radio station in Bon County they call Super Bongies call him to come so that he can talk about all that he get about his thing and what he will do when he's senator. In that talk, Johnny Behe talk say he get red fund and he be producing red from the red farm here, and that he even said be selling red from Liberia here to America. So stage media decided to check all this one here. And different record then that the stage media finished checking. Stage media find out that the World Money House they call World Bank now gave money for different kind of farm then to go on in Bon County. Swan Red Farm, Upland Red Farm, and all. But at all, there is no record that anybody, all the farm that we talk about, reds are coming from there for the people to go and sell it to America or sell it to different country. Before Mr. Johnny Behave will say he get red farm and he taking red from there and selling it to America. And to be able to check this one here to get a final fact before we can put it outside, TSM made contact with Johnny Behave. TSM do this one here through one of their members they call Mark Mengofia and send he a message on the internet WhatsApp. But from that day on, Mr. Johnny Behe never called back to the state media to send any reply. Since state media waited and cannot get any answer from Johnny Behe, they decided to check and find out that all of that he talk about to say he's selling rest to America is not true. The only thing that stage media found out about that whole Johnny Behe story is that Johnny Behe, is true that he get a rest farm. The other story we get for you here, which is the final story on this one here, and this one here is coming from the lawmaker in charge of District Number 8, Ms. Representative Akaras Gray. The other day, Representative Akaras Gray talked, say, there were no quarry in the Soniwe community. The Soniwe community is in District Number 8. And he said there were no quarry there until he finished writing a law to the lawmaker house for them to pass it in a law before quarry started going around in District 8. Now, TSM decided to check all this here. When Akaras Gray was talking about something like this here to say he didn't want to write a law or write to his friend then for them to put pressure on the LEC to bring quarry in a place there. He also said the whole District 8 people there get current more than any other place in the whole Monrovia here. TSM went to check this one here. All the two things when Akaras Gray talk that it's not too correct. It's not correct at all. You not read before Sonny when started getting current. Whether he read any paper in the law making house, that now TSM not know. But current were already in that place and not because Representative Akaras Gray write a paper what he called a draft legislation before current started going there. The other thing that the representative also say is that his district number 8, it get more current compared to other districts then in Liberia or in Massachusetts County. They want here, we can't prove it, and Representative Gray said cannot prove this one here. This is all we have time for on this TSM talk. We will be here next time with a brand new topic. The TSM, you know, is that news group that is helping you to know true story from the false story. We do this here to help you so that whatever you see on the internet or social media, or you read in the newspaper, or you hear on the radio, is true. My name is Seo Watosi, your TSM Simple English friend on radio. Bye-bye and God bless you.